Thanks for coming along today. We've got only about sort of 15 minutes, and I may occasionally just look at my watch just to make sure we keep on time. But what would you like to talk about today?
A project that I've been given. I have a lot of ideas about what I can do and what I like to do with it. I've mapped it out, I've visualized it, but I'm not too quite sure how I can move ahead on it.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that we can get some clarity on that.
Okay. So there's a project, you want to move ahead with it, you want to get some clarity. What else do I need to know?
I have a few resources available, I have a budget available. There's an expectation there that I'm the man to deliver the project, and that I have a deadline.
So I hear there's a deadline. I hear you're the man for the project. I heard a bit of sort of expectation almost of you there. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a new venture. It's a new arm to the organization that we want to look at. So there is a bit of pressure involved, I guess. Expectation there, and something I'm excited about. But I'm just I guess, feeling a bit stuck about how to move forward.
Excited and feeling a bit stuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So just in the short time we have today, what would you like to get out of the next sort of 10, 15 minutes? What would be a good outcome?
I think for me, it's about getting more clarity on what's needed for me to move forward. If you like, funneling down all the ideas that I have that are relevant to the organizational needs, and getting to a plan that I can follow.
So I heard about something about clarity and about funneling down to a plan you could follow. Just to create a little bit more sort of specificity around that for me, what would you have at the end of this next 10, 15 minutes that you don't have now? What would this really give you, this conversation?
It would certainly give me the clarity of direction, and of course the momentum to move forward.
Okay.
I feel that as soon as I get going, I feel that wouldn't be a problem. But it's where do I start?
Okay.
That I'm not sure about at the moment.
So in terms of just getting some granularity around clarity, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is high and 1 is low, how clear are you now?
I'd say below 5. So let's say 4.
Okay. And at the end of this conversation, what would be a good outcome?
7.
Okay. Great. So tell me, what makes it a 4 rather than a 2? What do you have that gives you clarity at the moment?
Well, I think it's the idea what that overall project could look like. And having delved into previous projects with a similar brief, and the experience that I've taken from those, so having an idea of what could be done that adds to the 4, and the one or two discussions that we've had to date that add to the 4 for me.
So in terms of moving that forward from sort of 4 up towards 6 or 7, what is something that you recognize you need to do in order to make that happen?
I think more discussions, just to understand more about the needs, which would help channel the ideas into an or down to an implementational format. For me, that would be a good start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So more discussions?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is with?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And just to sort of, in terms of the discussion, what does the sort of tenure of the discussion need to be in order to give you the outcome that you want? What do you need to be able to discuss?
I think what would be helpful is me understanding more about the strategy of the organization and how these new ideas could fit in and add value to that strategy.
Okay. And in terms of building some sort of clarity around that, if the organization was sort of able to have a voice about what it wants from this new project, what sense do you have that it would be asking for that this new project gives it and is able to fulfill?
I think the fact that it's a new area for the organization.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sense of exploration at the moment. So I think there's an element there that needs to be discussed and agreed. Although there won't be, as far as I understand, there won't be any clear direction at this stage because it's a new area that needs to be discussed or at least tried to start.
Can I share something with you that's going on for me? I'm
Please.
getting a sense that there's almost something that's got in the way of this clarity for you, of really moving that forward. I'm not sure how true that is, but I'm wondering if there's any truth in that for you.
Maybe. I haven't found that answer yet.
Mm-hmm. So if there was something that was, I don't want to pursue this if it isn't the right place to go.
Yeah.
I'm wondering for you, what's holding you back in a way from getting from the 4 to the 7?
Oh, I see. I think what would help, what comes to me what comes to mind based on that question is I'm the one that needs to be proactive. Okay. And not wait for more clarity. Yeah.
So what is?
So I think there's an expectation that I need to bring that clarity to the table. Due to the fact that I'm being seen as the man for the job. Yeah.
What's going on for you as you say that?
A bit of excitement, a bit of aha moment.
So just can you
get
verbalize
started?
that for me?
Get started as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's going to get started going to look like?
I have enough material, as I said earlier, from past projects to funnel from, to utilize, to begin that initial phase, and draw from that what I need as far as what's been discussed to date, and then take that to the organization or to the rest of the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just so I'm going to check on time a little bit. We're going to last sort of 3 or 4 minutes here. Just want to summarize a little bit where I think we've got.
Yeah.
We had this conversation about getting some clarity around how you took this whole situation forward in terms of this project. sense of being clear around 4, and you wanted to get to 7. Something in terms of what you just got was about something about proactivity for yourself. It's just sort of hearing me repeat that back to you. Does that hold some of what we just talked about? Is there anything else to add?
Definitely. I think for me the difference has been my focus. I think there's been an element of looking for more clarity in the wrong place, instead of moving forward with what I have to offer that clarity or begin the project, really.
So what comes out of this? Where does this conversation lead you?
I have enough to begin with. I don't need more.
Okay. So just if you'd like to tell me, I suppose the bit for me is about, I'm aware in coaching conversations you can have a sort of realization, and I'm wondering what makes that then real for you tomorrow and next week. I'm just wondering, as far as making that realization about being proactive implementable, so that it's real for you. I'm wondering how this becomes even more real in the weeks that follow. What will you be doing? How will you be working?
I think I'll work from the ideas from the map that I have. Again, because I have that already, and working through an action plan based on that map, and to a stage where I think is to a stage where in the project I think is enough to present to the rest of the team, so we can get sign off and move forward on that.
And how clear are you on the action plan for yourself?
I have a good idea from what the map involves, but I will need to schedule more. So that's the next step.
Okay.
Do some scheduling based on the map.
Okay.
Yeah.
When would that scheduling happen?
As soon as I can, which would be tomorrow.
Okay. So what would you have at the end of tomorrow that you don't have now?
I'll have an action plan that supports the map that I already have for the first phase of the project.
Okay. Does it feel saying that?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah? Okay.
And almost a sense of relief.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that bad. It's all there. Thank you.
So just in tying up what we've done today, we had this sort of goal about clarity and about from 4 to 7. How have we done? How have we got for you?
Other than not quite being clear on what that action plan looks like, which would then take me, I would say we are beyond a 7 now.
Okay.
And just getting clear on that first phase would take me to full steam ahead.
Okay. So perhaps next time we talk about next first phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris.